For 3 days, they stood in darkness. They were packed into a rolling wooden box, moving toward a destination that did not exist on any map they knew. No food, no water, just the crushing weight of bodies and the rhythm of the wheels. The doors swing open and thousands of people poured out, clamoring, scanning their surroundings. Smoke hung in the air, mixing with the sharp scent of burning ash. Violent shouts from guards directed passengers to place their few possessions beside the tracks, bags containing only the bare essentials they could salvage from their homes. Standing on the tracks, Rudolf Vrba was just 17 years old. With him, his friend Alfred Wetzler, 23. Vrba and Wetzler were filed into a fast-moving line with other men and teenagers. Next to them was another line with young children, women, and the elderly. At the front, an SS doctor inspected the arrivals. Vrba and Wetzler reached the front. This was no ordinary line. Your life rested in the doctor's decision. A signal to the left spared you for forced labor. A signal to the right led to the gas chambers. The doctor paused and looked at them. Over 80% of the people sent to Auschwitz were murdered immediately upon arrival. Vrba and Wetzler were young and strong, so the doctor signaled left. Guards pushed them aside. Their names were erased. Vrba became prisoner number 44,070, Wetzler 29,162. They were no longer men, they were components in a machine. For 2 years, they survived the terror. They worked until their muscles tore. They ate soup that tasted of sawdust. They watched thousands arrive daily in cattle cars, only to disappear up the chimneys by nightfall. They learned the rules: don't stumble, don't get sick, and never hope. Vrba had a unique position. He was a registrar. In early 1944, he saw an order. The Nazis were preparing for the Hungarian Jews, hundreds of thousands. Vrba knew they weren't just being resettled, they were being sent to slaughter. The outside world did not know the details. Massacres were kept secret from everyone except the participants. The world had no idea of the final solution. But as prisoners, Vrba and Wetzler saw it all. They watched innocent Czechs slaughtered before their eyes. They vowed to warn them, but to warn them, they had to escape. And no one escaped Auschwitz alive. They searched for a weakness in the wall, a gap in the wire. Plan after plan failed, until Wetzler proposed an idea based on 4 other prisoners: hide inside a hollowed-out space in a construction wood pile. The plan: wait inside the wood for 3 days, the exact time guards searched for missing prisoners. Once the coast was clear, run south over the Slovakian border. The previous 4 had tried it. It worked, until they were caught in a village to the south. Wetzler and Vrba waited to see if the captured men would reveal the strategy. They didn't. The woodpile remained untouched. 2 weeks later, April 7th, 1944, they made their attempt. 5:30 p.m. roll call. They waited. No siren. Then 6 p.m. Fear set in. Had they been betrayed? Finally, the siren ripped through the night. Men running, dogs scampering on the wood piled right on top of them. They soaked the wood in petrol and tobacco to hide their scent from the dogs. 3 days and nights, no food, no water, muscles seized from stillness. On the 3rd night, the search stopped. They pushed on the wood. It refused to move. Frantic, they shoved with everything they had left until it gave way. They were free, but this was only the beginning. 80 miles of enemy territory lay ahead. They took off, promptly getting lost, aiming for the Beskid Mountains. They stumbled into a village instead. Exposed in daylight, they turned to a local for help. A Polish peasant woman answered. She knew exactly who they were. Instead of turning them in, she fed them, gave them advice, and the little money she had, a single British pound. Walking near Vrba, shots rang out. Bullets hit the ground around them. They had been spotted. The Nazis gave chase, dogs howling at their heels. They ran for the mountainside and jumped into a freezing stream, hoping the water would conceal their scent. Hiding in a ditch, terror gripping them, the search eventually faded. A very close call. They met another peasant woman. She left them to get help. They waited, terrified she had betrayed them. Under darkness, a man appeared with a gun. The prisoners eyed the weapon uneasily. The woman presented food. They dug in unabashedly. The man laughed. Judging by their hunger, he knew they were real prisoners, not undercover Nazis. Vrba and Wetzler were led to the border. 2 weeks after escaping Auschwitz, they were in Slovakian territory. They met the Jewish leadership and told of the atrocities. The Vrba-Wetzler Report was created to warn the world. Finally, in June, British intelligence received the report. The BBC aired it. The New York Times published it. The world was in shock. The Pope condemned it. The Allies threatened action. But the Hungarian authorities continued deportations until the US Air Force bombed Hungary. The message was received. The trains to Auschwitz finally stopped. 300,000 Hungarian Jews had already been gassed, but 200,000 were saved. War is cruel, but as we have seen, when people come together, escapees, peasants, intelligence officers, there is a chance.